Nope.
Knocked forward.
Whoa. Must have been last second. So try-saving tackle from Barbados. Really throwing the big hits in. Back on their own try line.
It's so much work to be defending like that, but they're holding their own. Barbados making USA South earn every try. Danielle putting in the ball.
He finds some space and manages to get it out. Making a meal of it back there on their own try line, putting themselves under a lot of pressure, Barbados.
Again. Taking the ball into contact.
And now Barbados have lost that ball, so now they're going to really be under pressure. It's been a couple of minutes where they've been back on their own line. And another try, USA South. Not enough bodies in the way to stop it from there.
Again, number 3, running hard. That momentum takes her across the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching this, make sure you share it on your social media with your friends back home. The women here from USA South dominating over the local women Barbados. But share it with your friends. Make sure that everybody knows that there's some decent rugby going on in this part of the world.
That's right. We're at the Bellevue Plantation in Barbados. We've had beautiful weather. Might be a little bit hot for some. Definitely test the fitness when you're out there. Fortunately, this is an early game, so we'll see how it continues throughout the day as the sun gets higher and hotter.
So 10-minute halves in this tennis-side game. Ooh, slices that kick. She's frustrated with herself there.
So Barbados up to the half with the ball.
And one of the big things with speaking to the women from the Barbados team is all they want to do is just get better every year, and that was a sort of a big theme when I was asking them, what do you want to do this year? They said, we want to score more tries, we want to get a couple more wins, and just do our country proud. They're very passionate about playing for their country, as you can imagine.
And you see Phillips communicating with her team before she touches off that ball, making sure everyone's on the same page, and it's paying off.
Really good handling skills from the ladies down the middle. Just good stacked support, following around, making sure they get to the breakdowns quickly, and they're making progress, Barbados.
Shanae running up that ball, passed off.
Oh, she's gonna
takes it into contact and
pick and go around the outside, and she's still moving. She's popped inside. I think she's gotten a try.
And that is try for Barbados.
So big cheers from the substitutes bench. Got themselves on the board. It's a big task for Barbados against this very experienced USA South team.
Definitely a team try. They really worked together and brought that ball up. They had each other's backs.
Yeah, just giving plenty of options. Going down the middle, and they got support on both sides, so they can give that choice of pass left or right, keeping USA South on their toes. And that quick pick and go around the corner was beautiful.
Yeah, as you were saying, the goals that the players have and that the team has, you can see that they set smaller goals within the game.
Yeah.
So specific skills they want to work on, whether it's not dropping the ball, not having any knock-ons, incorporating everyone in the plays.
Yeah, it seems like they want to eliminate mistakes, get their basics down pat, and then from there they feel like they can build a style of rugby that's going to work for them.
Jana's going to take this kick here. It's not 10, so our base. Oh, and that is the game.
So USA South 31, Barbados 5. That's the first game of the day. We've got plenty more coming up for you. It's going to be the women's 10s all day today. The U19 boys will be doing their finals tomorrow. So congratulations, USA South. They're going into the next round.
That's right. They've softened up the pitch for the next games. Just remind you that this live feed is brought to you with the compliments of Harris Paints, Marshall Trading, IFW, Island Ice, McBride's, ASK, Banks, Nice Life, Life nice. Life is nice.
Life is nice.
Nice is life.
If you're getting banks down you, life's nice.
Yes, Initech Equipment and Sunshine Snacks.
No matter what life brings, we are here by your side. At those unforgettable moments, and the difficult ones too. At special times, and the best of times. Supporting industry, manufacturing, and the economy. Protecting and enhancing our communities, adding colorful memories of the people you care about most.
TNT.
I know, I just was trying to find where it said who that was.
No, did you find the roster?
Yep. Hold on, wait a minute.
Yes, you see the work. Camera.
Is he working yet? Huh? Ask Kevin if he wants to set up my camera down. Kev! He got my camera down.
Trinidad and Tobago and Mexico taking the field here. Traditional rival teams.
Yep, you've been in a few of these, huh, over the years?
What's interesting is both Mexico and Trinidad and Tobago are participating in the Pan Am Games next weekend. So they have here a separate 10s team with players that are not in their 7th circuit. One of the nice things, it does give an opportunity for more players to get out on the pitch, get that playing experience.
Absolutely. I was at the Olympic Committee in Mexico a couple of years ago. It's great facilities, but very organised in the sense of basically having 2 Mexican squads, and they do pull from all over the country. It's created a very competitive situation for the trying to get that spot on the national team. So let's see how they do.
Trinidad is crashing hard through the middle.
You are not allowed to be supporting Trinidad. You've got to be neutral in this game. It's going to be difficult.
You're questioning my professionalism, Gavin.
Not at all.
So Ornella George, big ruck over there.
Nice to see her back after a little bit of a hiatus.
Jade Husbands with the ball, passing out to the wing.
Good pressure from the Mexico defence, getting up in their face and pushing them back a good 10 yards. And Mexico take control. Nope, Trinidad have stabilised it.
Daniqua Gordon there on the wing. She's only been playing rugby for 5 months.
New to the game, great stuff. And Mexico have taken that ball at the ruck. Great steal. Now what can they do with it? Trinidad having to reshuffle into
Hard
defence.
there, secured their ruck.
On the ball.
Right.
High
So
tackle,
penalty
says the referee.
to Mexico.
I'm not
They're
gonna
putting
argue
the
with
pressure
him.
on Trinidad and Tobago right now.
Mexico managed to hang on to the ball. They're attacking that line and really close. Surely they can get there from just a couple of yards out. Restructuring one more time. Coming on the short side. They're going for another crash ball. Just a couple of yards out.
Mexico's doing a really good job of controlling the ball.
Yeah, nice.
TNT is lining up their defense every time.
Nice and low at the ruck, stabilising it. And again, patiently recycling. They've got a bit of space out wide as well. One person left to go. Steps inside and dots it down. Try Mexico.
That was number 3, I believe.
Felicidades México. 5 puntos.
Samaru Tuyo.
Todo el mundo ahí en México que está viéndonos. Bienvenido. Aquí estamos en Barbados. México ganando 5-0 contra Trinidad y Tobago.
Big kick there, but doesn't quite make it. So Mexico leading Trinidad and Tobago 5-0.
I promise I'll try not to get too excited when Mexico score.
It's exciting when any team scores.
All right. As a commentator, are we allowed to bet on games, or is that against the rules?
So Trinidad and Tobago receiving this ball here.
Not forward there.
So we're going to have a scrum. It'll be interesting to see the difference between the pack size.
Very disappointed with herself there, dropping that ball. She just looked into space as if to say, how did that happen? But yeah, massive pack difference here. This is really interesting. Not just weight, but height as well from the Trinidad and Tobago team. A lot of power in there. But
that's an early drive, I think, from Mexico.
Certainly a smaller.
Anticipating a big push.
That's that's what it is. A little overzealous, leaning in.
You have Kalisha Harry. You have Ornella George. Trying to see who's on the other side of that scrum there. Definitely a powerful scrum from Trinidad and Tobago.
But they get low as well. It's not that they they actually set the scrum lower than the Mexican scrum, which that's no easy task.
Yeah.
But the Mexico managed to come away with it. Technically, really good, really solid in that scrum. They got all that space out wide. Looping pass. Beautiful stuff going around the edge one more time. Mexico, one more beat, and she does the inside step. And that is spectacular stuff from Mexico. Dots another one down. Really good set piece play. Solid scrum. Nice passing. Loops it around, finds the space, and comes back inside.
Mexico taking advantage of the space that they have, working it out the line.
Great try, Mexico. Straight out of the textbook or the playbook. You can hear the coaches over here to my right saying exactly that. Get lower, más abajo. They're telling the Mexican scrum. Trinidad were getting really low, but they've got all of that height. They're just not leveraging it. Got to get more of an aggressive shove on if they're going to get back into this game.
So it's 10 points on the board for Mexico. Trinidad and Tobago still looking to get some points out there.
And I think Mexico found a weak point there. Each kickoff seems to go in that general direction.
Yeah, we're getting a Mexico scrum here.
Yeah, I think they've pinpointed a weak area, maybe.
Trinidad and Tobago is going to want to push hard on this scrum and turn it over.
And they're forming earlier this time too. They're really keen to get on with it. Trinidad taking their time, catching their breath. And again, that shove comes from Trinidad. It's going to be a long day in that scrum for the smaller Mexico team. It's going to, if Trinidad is smart, they'll go to the scrum as often as possible and try and just shove them off it. But they've got a hook, they've got to get that foot on it. And Mexico did well to hold it still. Oh, well taken.
Excellent interception by Trinidad and Tobago.
That's got to go digging.
Mexico is pushing that ruck.
Yeah, they've got to go digging for it. And Mexico get the advantage on that one.
One of the things I've noticed that teams need to look out for on the rucks is the ruck might be secured, but it has to stay secured.
Yes, this for me is fascinating. This one for me in the scrum, just because of the difference in size and strength and how Mexico just dig their heels in and just definitely don't go forward, but they dig their heels in so they don't get shoved back far enough. And the Mexico scrum half gets in there, digs it out, and then they've got really solid set pieces in their back line.
I think Mexico knows if they keep pushing,
it'll work for them. A bit scrappier, but they managed to come away with it again. Good pick up off her bootlaces.
Good hands there.
She's gone through the middle. She beat one, she beat two, and resets that ruck. Goes straight for the throat. Some big hits coming in there, right at the base of the posts. Ref says try. Mexico. Monitor looks a bit weird, guys. Screen going on. Our monitor's got both camera shots on. I don't know if that's intentional. I just wanted to be aware of it. Get too small.
We're getting back and setting up here. Trinidad and Tobago getting ready to receive. Kick coming from Mexico.
Be interesting to see if they come over this side again. They did it twice already. Looks like she's going to go deeper.
Looks like similar strategy. Jade Husbands catches that ball clean. Gets the offload, but ball's out.
So, Maria, a lot of this Trinidad and Tobago team that you see out here today, where are they coming from in general? Are they more of a development team? Are they coming through the ranks at clubs?
There's actually a dynamic on this team. So we have players who have been playing for as little as 5 months, like Danica Gordon. We also have seasoned players. Ornella George has been playing for many years, and also in the 7th circuit as well as 15s. Kalisha Harry is a senior player, plays for police and is also a police officer. So we have a few clubs represented: Police, Harvard, Caribs, Rainbow Defense Force. It's a team. It has a lot of police officers, a soldier as well. We have some business owners on the team. It's a really good dynamic, and I know that these women worked hard to get here. Because of the 7th Circuit being separate and those tournaments, there was balance of funding, all kind of things like that, and these girls really committed to make sure that they would be here to represent in this tournament.
Really cool. There was a massive shove while you were chatting there. There was a massive shove on this side. Probably put Mexico back 10 yards or so, but they still managed to come away with it. Just controlled the ball with their feet at the back of the scrum. So it's gone one side to the other, really trying to spread Trinidad and Tobago thin. Got a suspicion of a squeeze ball in the middle there, but referee's just directing the defence a little more. Skip pass.
Now you're seeing Trinidad working that defence, closing the spaces when someone commits to the tackle.
Yeah, they've done really well. They're communicating with each other well.
Harry there. Always a big hit from her.
Another skip pass from Mexico. Steps inside, steps back outside. Big contact there.
And Ella gets her feet quickly. Out to Mexico.
There's not much space out there, so she comes back inside. Great handling skills.
Aniqua Gordon, definitely not looking like a player who's only played for 5 months.
Yeah, learned quick.
So her running and tackling are some of her primary skills.
And Mexico doing a really good job of keeping their rucks clean, keeping possession of the ball, making life really difficult for Trinidad and Tobago and putting them on the defensive all the time.
Jade Husbands up on the tackle there.
And they're going around the top side. They see that the defence doesn't come all the way across. Once they get there, they've stepped back inside.
Trinidad and Tobago covering themselves there.
Really well, really
Mexico's
scrappy
getting through
defence.
the spaces, but Trinidad is coming over to cover those spaces. Interception.
And the support arriving a little bit late for Trinidad and Tobago.
Jack, I believe, with that interception.
Yeah, she held on to the ball a little too long. Support took too long to get there.
Turnover there.
So taking a breather, reassessing the situation. And she's going to kick it wide, kick it out. It didn't get anywhere near the sideline.
Ornella George has that ball.
There comes their support now in attack.
2 to take her down.
Lost possession here, a little bit of football skills. Can she pop that up? And she does. It sits nicely up in her hands and she's over the try line. Mexico score one more time. Just loose hands from Trinidad and Tobago. They had that opportunity and let it slip.
Mexico played quickly. They took advantage of the situation. You know, we play advantage in rugby, so it's something until the whistle blows. Just got to keep on that ball.
Keep at it. One of the Mexico players lost a boot in amongst all of that, but she's recovered it. She lost it about 4 or 5 minutes ago.
It's worth the reward of points on the board.
Absolutely. Yeah. Serious possession there from Mexico. Felt like an eternity where they had hold of the ball within the 22 of Trinidad and Tobago. That kick went wide though. So we are currently Mexico 22, Trinidad and Tobago 0. Dominance from Mexico. The smaller, maybe more mobile, but definitely more secure team. Trinidad trying a bit more of a freestyle, letting it go, but not taking advantage when they've got the ball.
It's interesting to see the different sports that some of these rugby players play. From Mexico, we've got basketball, volleyball, gymnastics.
Yeah, recruiting crossover athletes is key, I think, in this region because there is so much athletic talent in general in this part of the world.
Football, CrossFit, boxing, hiking.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is coverage of the 2019 Rugby Americas North Women's 10s Rugby Tournament today. We're live from Bellevue Plantation, Barbados. My name is Gavin McCleavy. Got Maria Thomas here, my sidekick for the weekend. Keeping me under control. She put a leash on me. Making sure I don't do anything stupid.
Yep, here at the Bellevue Plantation, Barbados. Watching Mexico and Trinidad, traditional rivals in Rugby 7s, also Rugby 10s. Both countries have sent specific 10s teams to this tournament. Big chant from TNT. They're looking to turn the score around in the second half. Mexico looking very composed.
Yeah, really, they do a really good job of staying calm and recycling the ball, setting themselves up. You'll see the scrum half look 3 or 4 times before making a decision.
You can see they're working to a plan.
Yep, they look at where the red shirts are or aren't, as the case may be, and work from there. Whereas Trinidad and Tobago got that scrappy defence, looking for the big hits.
Trinidad kicking here, so they'll probably looking to chase down this ball. I believe it's Jade Husbands taking the kick. Jade Husbands is from Caribs Rugby Club. She came through the school's rugby, get into rugby. She's been playing for a long time.
Yeah, it's certainly getting to rugby is definitely working in this region, that's for sure. Massive kick, deep.
Beautifully.
I don't think that Mexico was expecting that sort of depth to the kick and to chase back for it.
They've come up and shut down that space.
Right, great way to come out for Trinidad and Tobago. Good attitude. Let's try something different, put them under pressure inside their own half.
An advantage here for Mexico.
Slips a tackle though. She's opening up the legs. Looking for support. The support's coming as well.
She's not giving up. Oh my goodness.
Great pass. She's got a lot of work to do still as she crosses the 22. She's aiming for the corner. She's getting hunted down, but she's not going to be caught this time. Great try, Mexico. That's your number 2, Carolina Sandoval from Mexico. Touching down on the sticks. Great try, Mexico. Good effort, Trinidad. Pinning them back in the 22, but just slipped a tackle and that's it. When it's only 10s, it's very similar to 7s in that aspect. Once you slip a tackle, there's a lot of space.
Trinidad chased hard. Amartys Jahawir, number 11. She continued, was rewarded for her efforts, made the tackle, but Mexico had the support player there.
Yeah, she's supporting from basically her own 22. She was following up, trying to catch up, and just at the right time. Excellent pass right here in the middle of the tackle at the halfway line. And then clinically finished off by Sandoval, a CrossFit and boxing expert apparently. Definitely using her fitness there. That takes Mexico to 27 points to 0. Aquí tiene México ganando 27 puntos a 0 contra Trinidad y Tobago.
Denise Frederick taking that ball up. She's a very strong runner.
Good tackle there from Mexico, just hanging on for dear life at the ankles. Pops it up nicely. Right. Looking to go around the edge. There's a lot of traffic to get through though.
She's staying up with that ball. Oh, got a bit of a maul created there.
A lot of rooking going on at the knees.
Trinidad maintains possession though.
Picked it up. She hesitated there for a second. Made it a bit difficult for the catcher of the ball. Using
looking
that
to push it out.
There's no support though. She's going on her own. She's isolated there. And lost the ball.
Turnover.
Just a second or two too late, that support arriving. And they got numbers, Mexico. Trinidad covering across. That's it, wraps the ball up well. And just a little bit overzealous, trying to get her hands on the ball before she even hit the ground.
Mexico's going to take it quickly here. Trying to take advantage of that offside.
Comes back inside. The crash right at the try line. Picked some pops.
Oh, Trinidad and Tobago closed that space.
TNT do like their contact to be solid. And Mexico are looking to bash down the door. And that's another try for Mexico. Saw the opportunity and went straight for it. She'd had enough of the passing around, just wanted to get that try down, take a break. 32 points to 0. Mexico dominant in this game. And Maria's doing very well to contain herself. She hasn't punched me yet, but I'm definitely within range. So we'll put it that way. You can hear the energy from Maria Thomas scowling at me with death eyes.
Well,
I'm sorry. I feel bad now.
no, there's no need to feel bad. I wish I could be playing tens today too. So
I'm sure you'd be able out there fixing it as well.
I know some commentators have said that I'm just what is that?
Crash ball prop.
Crash ball prop. That's right. Never take a step back. Yeah. Wouldn't mind doing some crashing today myself. I have to live vicariously through these women who have come here and are crashing their way through.
Save it up for next week. You'll be right, Thomas, don't worry. Not the best of kicks there from Mexico. I don't think that's going to go
Didn't
10.
go 10.
They picked it up. Trinidad taking their time. Again, you'll find that quite often within development, these development competitions, there might only be a couple of players on the field that are 100% confident of everything that's happening. So you often find the leaders, the younger ones, looking to the leaders, okay, what do we do now? I haven't seen this before. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is what that's for, to increase the knowledge level and the experience
Well,
of the
this
players.
is why the competition is so important, because there are things that you are only going to learn when you're playing the
When
game.
you're playing, exactly.
You can watch rugby, you can study rugby, you can practice, you can train, but it's different when you're on the field.
I've been doing this for 30 years and still don't know what I'm doing. So
There's
imagine if you're
Benicia taking that ball up. Says strong running.
Great work. Great
Light
work
knock
from the,
on there, so they're going to have a scrum.
Great work from the referees and the ARs. The referee was on the wrong side of that, couldn't see if it was a knock on or not, and just consulted on his radio with the AR, and the AR nodded. Yep, that's definitely a knock on.
That's referee
Great work.
teamwork.
Yeah, they're really good at it. It's really special what they do. I wouldn't do it if my life depended on it, to be honest. There's a lot of pressure on referees, and they're excellent at their job.
Referees have to have sometimes an even higher level of fitness to keep up. Ball's out to Mexico, using the width of the field there.
Oh, forward
Pass.
Wow.
So we can see that ball turned over to Trinidad and Tobago.
Mexico looks really comfortable on it there, but just marginally forward, says the referee.
You're inside Mexico's half, so we'll see what Trinidad and Tobago decides to do with this ball.
In my opinion, Trinidad and Tobago just need to get a little bit more aggressive at the scrum. Once they're locked in, just give a good shove, and then the secondary shove to...
I think sometimes when the pack is so strong, it's difficult. You don't want to get blown for pushing early.
Exactly, yeah. I'm sure that's something...
When you know that the opposition is a smaller opposition, there's not anything to balance off of. You've got to hold your own weight completely.
Absolutely. I'd agree with that.
So, that's quick eyes again with the referee. Eagle eyes out there.
Yeah, and this is, day 3 for these referees?
Yes, it
I'm
is.
sure they're feeling it. They got a little bit of a break last night. Went down to visit the beautiful Oistins area of Barbados, and
That's right.
a nice meal over there. Fish fry.
It's nice to be able to see a little bit of the countries that you visit, especially Barbados hosting country.
They don't let us out very often. Lock us in this.
Great hospitality, though.
Yeah.
Definitely great hospitality here.
Food is excellent, by the way. So if you're in Barbados, make sure you get down at Oistins. It's a local fish fry.
So what I was talking about there, collapsed scrum.
Yeah, I think the hip mobility of taller players generally tends to be a little bit less effective. So if you've got all of that height, but you can't control it, Mexico get underneath you, then they could just stand their ground a little stronger. It's interesting. See or no? But Trinidad have managed to come away with this one.
Careful play there. She knew she had a man on. She wasn't knocking it on, so she tapped it back with her foot.
Working hard around the corner.
Number 12, Zakia Bell.
But the Mexican defense is solid, just driving Trinidad and Tobago back, getting the shoulder into their hips and driving the legs, causing all kinds of problems. Trinidad want to
knock on
attack.
there. We're going back to a scrum. Great scrum practice in this game.
I did say earlier it was going to be a long day for Mexico, but I'm beginning to feel like it's a long day for Trinidad. These scrums, they're not getting any joy out of them. And again, you can see the show with the strength of the Trinidad team.
Amartys Jahoui are there. Line out to Mexico. A little bit of wind today, but see if that line out throw is straight. It's difficult when it's windy. So it'll now be Trinidad and Tobago's line out.
So referee just having a word with them, making sure that they're getting it all straightened out for that line out.
Looks like long ball there. That is time on the game.
And that's it for Mexico, Trinidad and Tobago. Mexico win 34-0. Mexico dominante. Is that a real word? Dominante contra Trinidad y Tobago. 34-0. Felicidades a México. El próximo partido, St. Lucia contra Dominican Republic. St. Lucia, Dominican Republic next. And I'll have to go back into Spanish again for that game. República Dominicana.
So not the result that Trinidad and Tobago was looking for. However, that's the first game of the day out of the way.
Definitely. They don't look too dejected. I think they'll be looking forward to their next game and getting back into it. But definitely solid work from Mexico.
Also, teams that don't have the opportunity to play games when they come out, first game is ironing out a lot of things. They would have taken some notes from yesterday.
Absolutely.
What they want to work on today, and I'm sure in their team talk they'll be looking at how they want to play going forward in this tournament.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back in just a short while after this commercial break.
No matter what life brings, we are here by your side. At those unforgettable moments, and the difficult ones too. At special times, and the best of times. Supporting industry, manufacturing, and the economy. Protecting and enhancing our communities. Adding colourful memories of the people you care about most.
Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are here for the RAN Women's Tens in Barbados, Bellevue Plantation. We've got St. Lucia versus the Dominican Republic coming up in just a moment. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got St. Lucia on the right hand side of your screen in the light blue and yellow, Dominican Republic. On the left in red and white, my name's Gavin McClevey, and I've got the very handsome Brian Kelly with me. How are you doing?
Well, I'll make sure to give you $20 for saying that. Thank you. Appreciate the tires being pumped early on here. We're day 3 of the Rugby America's North competition here in Barbados. It's been a great week so far of competition. Men taking a breather today. They had 2 good hard days of competition. They've got their gold medal, bronze, plate final, 7th, 8th final tomorrow. But the women are in center stage here today. Lots of great action yesterday in that competition. We'll see how they fare again here today. Don't forget, it's two days of back-to-back. Can always be difficult on the legs in tens competition. But the excitement is high, and the quality of rugby we've seen so far has also been high.
Yeah, a couple of big wins, one for USA South and one for Mexico. So now it's Dominican Republic on stage with ball in hand. Squeeze ball there. St. Lucia coming in from the side, unfortunately. A bit overzealous. This St. Lucia side coming on leaps and bounds over the last couple of years.
Oh, that was a big line break there from, that's number 1, Liani Ventura Fernandez. Pinned her ears back, got about 40 meters up, right up Main Street, getting her team on the front foot.
And really working well wide. St. Lucia tried to cover across, but it's not enough. There's a lot of speed and a lot of power there coming through the middle from the Dominican Republic.
Well, that's a high tackle there. Has stopped a try, but World Rugby rules cannot go above the shoulders. And as you see, the referee going for a penalty try. Have to make sure in the tackle, keep the tackle below the shoulder height, the lower around the chest, around the waist is what we're looking for. And yes, that stopped the try, but that was a smart call there from the match official, going under the post and awarding 7 points.
So penalty try, was it?
Correct.
Awesome. So Dominican Republic, they don't get out here too many times for these competitions. I know they're consciously trying to recruit from the US and some other countries where the Dominican community tend to migrate to, trying to build the game in that country. But similarly, St. Lucia going sort of in-house and developing the game within their country, using the Get Into Rugby program. Very
impressed yesterday with St. Lucia. They were stringing plenty of phases together, spinning the ball sideline to sideline, and you know, it was really good to see. Gavin, you were mentioning to me yesterday that a lot of these players are relatively new to the game within the last year, and you know, really have been picking it up from square one. So it was good to see that yesterday. And of course, the commentators curse as soon as I say that. They knocked the ball on, giving it back to Dominican Republic here. Good attacking platform, driving forward there from Marlene Henrique Guiron.
Yeah, she looks like she's a handful through the middle, isn't she?
Of course, playing tens rugby here in the women's competition. An interesting blend of extra space, but still some bigger bodies and some 5-player scrums.
Yeah, obviously myself and you, we don't play the game at this level, whereas Maria Thomas, that was with me just a few moments ago, she does, and she has a really interesting insight for 10s, because it's not 7s, it's not 15s. Some teams go with a 7 style, some teams go with a 15 style, depending on, I guess, the body types that are available, right?
Well, check out the speed here down this near side. She will not be caught. That's the winger, Mary Roberts. She's got rockets on her shoes.
She's self-acclaimed the Lamborghini. That's what she calls herself, because nobody gets past her, apparently.
Well, if you're going to give yourself that title, you have to back it up, and that's exactly what she's done. Got around the outside and just burned past the last defender for Dominican Republic, scoring under the sticks. Enjoying a casual saunter back to the halfway line.
She had a really solid competition a couple of weeks ago in Cayman. She was, in my opinion, by far the standout player of the tournament.
Here, I'm just looking at my stat sheet in front of me here that you've been putting together over the last couple of days, Gavin, and seeing here that this is the culmination of a 4-year plan for St. Lucia. They've been getting funding, and through the Get Into Rugby, the World Rugby program, they're trying to get an extra 400 players development through the schools program. They've added a technical director and a new head coach, Wayne Panter. So it's excellent to see the growth and development through St. Lucia. And, you know, we saw some great results from them in the Cayman Islands tournament not too long ago. So, you know, onwards and upwards, as they say.
Yeah, they're really doing a great job of it, and it's, you know, a strategic plan, and it's coming together nicely with the culmination of adding Wayne Panter in there. It's just a real tactician and really good with getting skills over to young players like this St. Lucia crowd.
Big tackle on the far side, but managing to get the offload away. Excellent offloading here from the ladies in blue. There we go, but just can't quite get a handle on that one. That was Madison Sherry.
Yeah, she played well a couple of weeks ago as well.
I want to send a big thanks to our hosts. Barbados have been fantastic at hosting this tournament. Great facilities, great people to work with. Broadcast looks great so far. It's been an excellent. I've only been in this job for about 6-7 weeks now, and we're getting an opportunity to really meet everybody on the ground in all the countries in the Caribbean, and so much great work being done by, you know, from volunteers all the way up to players, coaches, managers, etc. And you know, tournaments like the one we have this week are doing a lot for the region. And you see just a superb try in the corner. Will she get it down? And she does. That's Winnie Rene just getting it done herself.
Solid work, and the St. Lucia team and the bench goes nuts over here. They're really happy to have gotten on the scoreboard. This one might be a tight game. Currently at 10-7. It's kind of one end to the other.
Better conversion attempt in the sense that it was had some distance and some height, but off the mark. It's always tricky going across the body and for a right kicker on that far side.
Yeah, it's always handy to have a lefty on that in that case.
10-7 the scoreline now. St. Lucia leading Dominican Republic. Bobbled off the restart there. Referee calling a knock on. So had the original try from Dominican Republic. Since then it's been all St. Lucia.
Absolutely. Fredericks with the kick. She's one to watch. Fredericks, she can kick, she can run round you, she can run over you. She doesn't care. She's not one to fuss about it. She gets it done with the stylish blue hair there in the middle. Sort of playing at fly half right now.
Good shot of the set piece there.
Clean. There she goes, Fredericks. They've switched sides. Nice little read. She saw a couple of bodies went down over on that far side. She's got a little bit of space. She stepped back inside, stepped again, looking for the pop-up because she's not going to make it to the line. And DR come away with it this time. Referee didn't like how it all went down. Great work from St. Lucia. Nice set piece, just switched it around, saw that there was bodies on the floor from that scrum. There's an intentional knock on. He's going to have a word with
Well,
that.
could be digging into the pocket there. I think she, and we have a yellow card. Not quite sure what the number is on that player. It looks like it's number 11.
Oh, Marlenia Heredia.
Well, I think she could have caught that, but she swatted it down.
And there's the punishment for it. St. Lucia go over. And yeah, they've lost a key player, a key moment. That was suicidal.
Of course, in sevens, the referee would quite easily dig into the pocket for a card anytime you slow the ball down. She was in the right position. She could have just caught that and ran, but I don't know what she was thinking by just swatting it down. Maybe
a moment of doubt.
Yeah, exactly. Just back yourself. I think a lot of times referee will give you the benefit of the doubt if you really give it a good effort and try and catch the ball. Correct. And if it just slides out of your fingertips, that's one thing. But swatting it down, that's a guaranteed yellow. And as you see, St. Lucia quick to pounce, scoring their third try in just the last few minutes as we head into the halftime break. 17-7 the scoreline.
Por la gente en República Dominicana, ahora mismo está perdiendo contra St. Lucia 17-7, pero hay mucho para jugar en esta segunda mitad.
No matter what life brings, we are here by your side. At those unforgettable moments, and the difficult ones too. At special times, and the best of times. Supporting industry, manufacturing, and the economy. Protecting and enhancing our communities, adding colorful memories of the people you care about most.
Beautiful. That was Harris Paints. Got the paint to line the fields was done by Harris Paints, so we appreciate them. Lots of great sponsors here in Barbados, helping us promote the game and cut down the expense of these tournaments, make it a little bit easier for the contestants.
And that plays a big part. A lot of these countries struggle to get the appropriate amount of players, able to fly, pay for the hotels and food, and it costs a lot for high performance sport, and any chance you can get a sponsor to help out with that goes a long way. Second half, just moments underway. 17-7 scoreline.
So you got Dominican Republic in the red and white, kicking from your right to left to St. Lucia, who are winning currently 17-7. And a little bit of a lean to this field. So Dominican Republic running uphill this time. St. Lucia making that decision, carried it in two hands, but then she said, "I'm going." Sticks it under her arm and goes for the gap.
Dominican Republic still playing with one player in the bin. I think Gavin, is it 3 minutes for a yellow card in 10s?
Yes, 3 minutes in 10s for a yellow card in the naughty box. It's Kamika President with the ball. Steps inside, brought down handily by two Dominican players.
She scored a couple of highlight reel tries a couple weeks ago in the Cayman Islands. dangerous in space.
She makes it look really easy. There's Fredericks, another danger player.
That's Loyola Alexander. Good burst of speed, but she's brought down inside the 22. St. Lucia on the front foot here.
Yeah, they're running with so much confidence now, aren't they? Got numbers out wide, but they're looking to go straight for the try line. Held up well by Dominican Republic. Solid tackles.
Well, she's over the line. Can she get it down? She does. That's Madison Sherry. I believe that's her second try of the game.
And another one. Really, really tall, athletic women in this St. Lucia team that just chew up the space in front of them when they start running. They seem to glide across the ground and definitely built for sevens. And the thing is, I mean, it was only a couple of years ago that I think I was here, or maybe I was in Mexico, and watched this St. Lucia team that were very, very raw. Not much of a skill set back then, and I'm sure they won't mind me saying it because the improvement has been phenomenal over the last, at least the last 2 years. Seems like every tournament I come and see them, they're just 2 or 3 steps further on than what they were last time I saw them.
And that's great to see.
Yeah, they've done a really good job developing it. Got a delay. Gracie Martinez, former Life University student, getting some attention over here on this near side, slightly out of shot by our medic Santi from Mexico. Looks like she's having to tape her fingers together. Knowing Gracie, she's probably broken 3 fingers and wants to keep playing. She's a tough one. Born in New York, raised in Miami, couldn't be any tougher really. Graduated Life University, national champions within the USA last year.
Back underway now. Kick going to the opposite side. Plenty of blue jerseys over there, but it's been gathered up well by the Dominican Republic.
And St. Lucia will get that ball. Dominican Republic having to take the 10 yards back. Oh, sorry, no, excuse me. Dominican Republic ball. St. Lucia going back. So DR looking for a set piece play, something off the training ground perhaps. They're in a safe space, but they don't want to put themselves under pressure by losing ball here.
Well, they're down by 13 points, which is of course just under 2 converted tries, and we've got about under 6 minutes to play in this game. Time's not necessarily in their favor in the sense that every second is precious, so they took a lot of time there on that penalty. We'll see if this can work out for them as they spin the ball through the hands. A little show and go there. Impressive through the midfield. Up into contact there. That's Heredia.
Back from her sin bin earlier, so full of energy and recovered, I'm thinking.
Needs some support on this near side. That's into the contact is Vasquez Brito.
And they're going to look to come around the corner here. Goes short side. She picks and goes on her own, but she knows the support's coming. Just to get there quick enough, Kamika Preston had her hands all over it and will be punished for doing so. DR get the ball again, they go quickly. Martinez. They're aiming at the sticks now. To ground, quick recycle. They're going to want to come out quickly for that. But it's a forward that's trying to pick the ball up out the back as like a scrum half, and there's a mistake every time when you're going to do that. Don't rely on the forward to pick the ball up.
Excellent pressure there from St. Lucia's defense, just giving no time, no space, causing a turnover, and that was a 60-meter gain off that penalty that I mentioned earlier, but no points converted from DR.
Yeah, they did well to get there, but the lack of patience, I always call it white line fever. Sometimes you get there and you're really close, you want to just go quick and do it again, but sometimes that's when you need a bit of patience and maybe an old head to come in and slow things down. David Bellini putting decent programs together in the Dominican Republic. He's doing great work over there, pulling all kinds of resources to make it all happen. Not with us today. Didn't get over here for that trip. And Martinez is begging with her back line, let's get these, close these ladies down. But Fredericks will have something to say about it.
St. Lucia happy to just run this ball deep inside their own half, but they've lost it. Penalty for not releasing.
Another opportunity for DR. And they're going at it. Surely St. Lucia offsides.
Another good offload, but couldn't go to hands. That one looks to have been spilled forward. Were we on advantage? Unfortunately, Gavin and I, we don't have the referee's mic, so we can't hear what he's saying. And we were on advantage, so penalty in favor of DR. Back inside ball, we'll try time. That looks like it could have been Gracie Melissa Martinez, perhaps.
She's dipped in right at the ankles of the St. Lucia defenders. Again, that quick play the ball and getting it done, dropping the shoulder over the line. And I think DR may have a little bit of life left in this game. If they can get the kick over, they'll be in a good spot. Kick wasn't what we were looking for though. So it stays at 20 points to 12. And that's an uphill task for DR.
As the time just ticks away, DR slowly walking back to the center line. Of course, 10s is like 7s, where if you score, you kick. So, and we were on advantage. So penalty in favor of DR. Back inside ball. We'll try time.
More time.
That looks like it could have been.
The defense weren't even aware that she was coming. So DR get the opportunity to kick and hopefully recover the ball and keep themselves in this game. Knock on there.
Well, there's their opportunity. Under 2 minutes to play. St. Lucia spilled this ball forward, but it will be a scrum, which will kill some time off the last 2 minutes here.
And if they're smart, they're going to make it happen quick, DR. Just a minute and a half to go. It's going to have to be something magical. I think St. Lucia might have already done enough. It's a DR ball. Just inside St. Lucia territory. I think they've stolen the kick there.
Well, it was bounced off one, then off the other. Now in the hands of DR.
She's an exciting player, isn't she? That's Heridea. Oh, and just steps out. Both ref and AR were right on top of it.
Love a good bit of fancy footwork there. Stop, go, turn, twist. Just tried to get around the inside, or the outside, pardon me, but couldn't beat the best defender on the field, and that's the touch line.
Looks like some kind of ballroom dancing move.
That's two speedy players.
Here's Genesis Alfred. Line out now. This could be the last play of this game. Here's Alfred. Swatted back. Unfortunately, not straight is the call. This could be too little too late here for DR. One last scrum.
So regardless of what happens off of this, I think this game's going to be over. St. Lucia should win this. And they've managed to get the ball as well. I don't know if they know that the time has run out. There's no Jumbotron or anything up here today. So they're relying on the referee's communications only.
Look at the pace on the outside. Back inside ball. This is exciting stuff from St. Lucia. They've won this game, but still trying to cross the line one more time. Big tackle in the midfield there.
She finally goes to ground. Alcide. Big crash ball. Hands on from Martinez, and St. Lucia holding on the ball too long. Dominican Republic get another bash at this. And that's the game. Referee calls it 20 points to 12. St. Lucia, another win in this very interesting developing team, surprising people all over the Caribbean. St. Lucia 20, Dominican Republic 12. We're going to be back in a few minutes with Jamaica, Curacao.
No matter what life brings, we are here by your side. At those unforgettable moments, and the difficult ones too. At special times, and the best of times. Supporting industry, manufacturing, and the economy. Protecting and enhancing our communities, adding colorful memories of the people you care about most.
Up next is Curacao versus...
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here in Barbados at the Bellevue Plantation. Beautiful scenery around us, beautiful weather, beautiful people. Thoroughly enjoying our week here. Do we call this still the Rand Super Week, or is that outdated now? We always called it the Rand Super Week because I like the hashtag. It's not actually a full week anymore. We've reduced it down to about 4 days to reduce costs for these teams. Very expensive for these teams to be staying out in different countries, traveling.
So, Curacao and Jamaica just finishing up their warm-ups.
I guess the schedule's running pretty well. Not like yesterday. Yesterday there was a lot of delays in the game. We had both men and women's competition going concurrently, and today just focusing on the women's competition. Tomorrow we'll go back to the under-19s boys. 8 teams in both categories.
Jamaica's been doing a lot of work with their development. They've sent a team that is mostly different players than we're playing in Cayman Islands. However, they do have 3 players, Shanique Smith, Charger Richards, and Sasha Gay Green, who were in Cayman Islands.
That's great to see. If you've got 2 or 3 players that are a bit more experienced in with the newer players.
They've been really pushing a lot of funding into their women's program. Clubs represented here: St. Catherine Lionesses, Mona Titans, Pink Pumas, Young Lady Crocs, and the Young Lady Crocs Select.
So tell me, what have you been doing with? I saw you hanging out with the Curacao team. What's going on with that?
Well, this is actually Curacao's first time entering in 10s. Curacao plays a lot of beach rugby, which is 5 players. They've entered in the 7s competition as well. And one of the goals that they set was to have enough players within the island to come out and play 10s rugby.
Okay, take it to the next level.
Yeah, I'm doing some work on set plays, line out, scrums, things that are not necessarily played in beach rugby.
In beach rugby, that's very simple beach rugby.
Right.
A lot of the set
Tamara
pieces
Van
and stuff.
Leeuwen has been doing a lot of work with Rob Perry, getting into the schools. It's been very well received in Curacao. Children love playing it. Everyone's getting out.
And then what's the cultural background in Curacao? Obviously, it's a Dutch island, but it seems like an interesting mix. I've heard that some of them speaking in French, some of them speaking in Dutch,
Well,
Spanish.
they're speaking Spanish, Dutch, Papiamento is the national language, and English. So everyone on this team speaks 4 languages to start.
Damn. That's why it's an interesting mix, I guess. I realised that there was lots of different languages going on. I couldn't figure it out, and I'm not very culturally aware of
And they
Curacao.
definitely enjoy testing me.
Interesting. So Curacao in the white and light blue to your right, kicking off towards Jamaica
Kick
in their
crosses the
traditional
line there.
yellow.
Right, that's Jana there, working on bringing down number 3. She's successful.
Always a lot of strength and power in the Jamaican team, and then you get those speedsters as well from that athletic background. Always
That's
exciting
right.
to watch.
So it looks like something's being held down there in the ruck. Oh, it's out.
Good communication from the referee, letting them know that they can't have their hands in the ruck.
So Jamaica's number 3, Melanie Anderson.
Try, slides over. She was a fair way out when she got tackled and just slid over the line. Great start for Jamaica.
She uses that momentum to get across the line. She had 2 Curacao defenders on her.
Plowed up a bit of the turf as she went down there as well.
Tina and Jessica.
With this Jamaica team, previously I remember Jamaica used to bring in on the women's side a fair few players from England, but I don't see that this year with this group. And it's still very prevalent on the men's side.
So Curacao will set up to receive. One of the interesting things about Curacao is because they play beach rugby, they're used to playing in a smaller size pitch, much
sure.
smaller. And interestingly, despite not playing 15s or even 10s before, they actually play a very strong pack game. It allows them to use the amount of space that they're accustomed to using.
Okay, so they're keeping it little movements, small phases.
So they're keeping it tight. That's Naomi carrying in the ball there. She's a hard one to take down. Oh, Jamaica's ripped away the ball. Quick reaction there and a tackle by Kina.
Jamaica just slowing it down, taking their time. And a nice pick and go, goes the opposite way. Sneaky. She's still
Jenna
going.
holding on there. Know if they're going to use the side. Straight into Naomi.
What did the referee see there?
The referee's going to call it back. So Jamaica's developed a lot of schools rugby. So Jonathan Grant High School, Norman High School, York Castle High, St. George's College, Spanish Town High, Inniswood High, and St. Jago High. You can see when the rugby gets into the schools, it means that the players coming to the clubs and subsequently the national team, they have a lot more talent, a lot more natural ability and knowledge of the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's of interest to see how many club teams per island there are, and if it makes an effect on the quality of the rugby. But there's a try for Jamaica, very direct route one work. Jamaica getting themselves on the ball. Curacao, they're going to have an uphill task here today to withstand that Jamaican bulldozing attack.
You mentioned clubs, so Curacao has 2 women's clubs, the Pixies and the Dolphins, and they're represented here on the national team. One of the nice things is you have a lot of club rivalry sometimes, and you could find that in a country that only has 2 women's clubs. But these clubs, the women, they come together and they're very unified when they get on the national team and they play together.
Yeah, tight community. Over. She's not liking the mouth guard.
So you have number 1 Gabby, and Jessica is out there as well, who have played in the Netherlands.
Another area that's growing its rugby quite well. And Jamaica gets back underway. Calmly collected. Forwards going head to head.
You see they set up some pack play right here now. Jana's taking in the ball, rucked over well. Jessica passes out to Gabby. So you see the formation and the control to maintain the possession of the ball.
They are keeping it very tight. Coming around the fringe of the ruck. And they're making progress.
They've drawn the penalty. Alright, looks like we're going to get a kick.
And she manages to get it over the
Kick for
back.
ground. We'll see if it goes out. It's collected by Jamaica.
And this is where Jamaica are dangerous. Loose play, staggered defense.
Jamaica's ball again. Curacao will need to get back.
And they've played it quickly. They've tapped and gone, making good yards. Finally dragged down the close to the sideline. Ball comes out cleanly. Hands are on it, but it wasn't picked up, so it'll take it to the next scrum half. She spots a gap, she's gone. She steps another one. She's only got one to be chasing her down. That's a good chase as well. Now she's isolated, but
Jana
she gets up
hasn't given up.
intelligently, gets back up onto her feet, leaving the ball on the floor, recollects it. And a knock on, says the referee. Maybe in that last tackle there.
Yeah, so that heart that it takes to continue chasing down someone right in front of the try line, tackle is made, and the ball's turned over. We're going to have a Curacao scrum.
Great chase down from Curacao. I thought for a moment that extra pick, leaving it on the floor, but I think that's where the key was. The knock on came just as she was getting up off the floor.
Curacao team has great camaraderie. It means that you can really push your all because you know your team has your back. You know someone's going to get there.
Absolutely, yeah. I was not too far away from them yesterday, I think, and I think even that they'd lost quite heavily to someone. I don't remember who it was, but just the way that they were having that conversation amongst themselves was very positive. Positive reinforcement always goes a long way.
Kina with the kick. And it's gone out, so Curacao has gotten a little bit of space there, taking a bit of pressure off. Jamaica takes the line out quickly.
Wow, great work through the middle. Jamaica just bashing it up, confidently going through the two players. Looked like a revolving door for a second there.
Yep, Jamaica taking advantage of the ability to take a quick line out.
The kick was decent, but there was no follow-up. So Jamaica took quickly.
The expectation likely that there would be a line out, but you have to make sure to get there and mark it.
Maybe we can get a look at that after this kick. Kick's no good. But here's your Jamaica.
Taking a bit of pressure off. Jamaica takes the line out quickly.
She just went straight down the throat of them. Two go in for it, neither of them commit, and dots it down. That's confidence going at that.
She had the speed, she had the momentum. Straight through between two defenders. Something that's difficult to communicate sometimes.
And the kick's good too.
Jamaica moving further ahead here, 17.
And we've still got a couple of minutes left in this first half.
Ball's not 10, so Curacao will take this ball. See the team communication, they're figuring out how they're going to go. We're going with the kick.
She's got a decent boot on her and it rolls up nicely.
Great way to gain some ground.
Take it easy. Be smart.
They're playing a lot of contact, heavy contact in here, give their bodies a little rest.
Yeah, if they can get clean line out and just tuck it up their jumper a little bit. Few pick and goes, it seems to be working for all of them, and from this distance
Jana Sling is the jumper. She's got good height.
Oh, bounces kindly for Curacao. Referee just clarifying what he wants at the line out.
So you can see the Curacao captain just communicating to the girls what's going on. When you have players that speak different languages, it means that sometimes you have to translate things a few times.
Oh, trick play. Tries to throw to the front. I think they managed to keep a hold of it. It finally goes to ground. There's a couple of Jamaica bodies on the wrong side.
Over. Ball's out for Curacao. Good hands with Lucia.
Managed to keep a hold of it. Goes back into traffic. They're right on the 22.
You can hear the communication out on the pitch.
Yeah, it's definitely a specific plan that they've got going on.
Lucia's carrying the ball forward. She offloads. Excellent hands by Crystal. Someone's going to need to roll away there.
And Jamaica come away with it and immediately opens up a missed tackle, a fen, but she chases her down at the 40. There's a lot of loose ball there. Jamaica manages to recover.
It's a penalty to Jamaica.
Some good sustained pressure from Curacao, even though losing the ball, but they've managed to keep it in Jamaica's half. And this is an achievement within itself, I think, Curacao, to be spending a bit of time in the Jamaica half, keeping the basics right, working through it, trying to find some territory.
Curacao's developed a strong scrum.
Must be that forwards coach they've had all week, huh?
And they know that Jamaica is a very powerful team as well. They play hard rugby. They come out to hit. Curacao is also a very young team. Players as young as 14. Many of the players actually study in the Netherlands. So for development of the team, you end up getting a lot of new players, but you don't end up having players stay very long because they've gone away for school. So most of the time, the team is an under 19 team.
So that's
a couple exceptions out there today.
That's Jamaica 17, Curacao 0 at half-time. Jamaica dominated up until like last couple of minutes, where Curacao got themselves into a good position and managed to maintain the pressure. Something to take, some positive to take. Easily the most positive team I've come across in this competition so far.
They had a couple of concerns with injuries yesterday. Karina Sanan is cheering them on from the sidelines today. She put it all out there on the field yesterday. Esme is back. Fortunately, the safety protocol that alarmed some people made sure that everything was fine with her, so she's back out and she's playing today.
Excellent stuff. We're going to get ourselves back in just a moment or two. We're going to get a quick break.
No matter what life brings, we are here by your side. At those unforgettable moments, and the difficult ones too. At special times, and the best of times. Supporting industry, manufacturing, and the economy. Protecting and enhancing our communities, adding colorful memories of the people you care about most.
Welcome back to the coverage of the Rugby America's North men's under-19s and women's 10s live from Bellevue Plantation, Barbados. It's brought to you with the compliments of Harris Paints, Marshall Trading, IFW, Island Ice, McBride's, ASK, Banks, Life Nice, Innotech Equipment, and Sunshine Snacks. We really have to thank our sponsors. Having so much support helps us pull off a tournament like this. It's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, and definitely our sponsors help that to happen. I was very happy to see my Sunshine Snacks in my lunch yesterday.
Exactly, Sunshine Snacks, and even more so Banks, Life Nice. Banks beer.
So we have Curacao and Jamaica playing here. Jamaica's in the lead, 17-0.
Yep, Huntley Anderson's charges, looking very confident. All but that last 2 minutes, it just kind of put maybe a little doubt in their head. I always like an underdog though.
Jamaica has been building their women's program, and we've seen a lot of different players in the circuit.
But they always seem to be very fast, very powerful. They've always got this very specific strength to them.
There's a lot of determination for the players, and because there are so many international players who come to play, it means that the players living in Jamaica really have to fight for those spots.
Yeah.
The development in the schools is giving them a bit more of an advantage so that they can get the experience that the international players are getting.
But plenty of teams as well in Jamaica, so they've got plenty of games going on within the country.
They have a big circuit. They have some international tournaments.
I think I'm going to be over there in January doing some commentary
That's
stuff.
for the Clarence Brown?
I'm not sure. I just remember being invited.
Participated in that tournament.
Yeah.
January, yes.
Jerry Benswick.
Very pleased with the results of that.
Who were you playing for? You playing for Trinidad at that?
Canadian, Jamaican Lady Crocs.
The Canadian Jamaican Lady Crocs.
Yes, the Caribbean, we are a tight people.
That's true.
So
and you are a bit Canadian, bit
we
Trinidadian.
We play against each other, but throughout the circuit, you'll see that I'll speak for the women. I'm a female player, so we keep in contact. We help each other. We give each other tips, and we're friends on the pitch. Definitely. We're trying to do everything we can to win, but afterwards, and that's the thing about rugby. Rugby is love, and we come together afterwards.
An unusual mistake by Sasha. Is that Sasha Gregory? No, it's not. My apologies. Sasha's on the bench. It just looked just like her, and I'd seen her a few seconds ago. The captain of the Jamaica women's team, but she's on the bench today, letting the younger players get in a run out. So this Curacao scrum looks pretty confident, don't they? They're really solid. They feel like they can recover some ball in this position.
Seeing some good flexibility as well in that front row. Getting down low. Bellevue Plantations, perfect setting. We've got 2 pitches here, plenty of space to set up the tents. Great way for teams to network, get to know each other.
Jamaica have come away with it in a really simple try getting running. It was a simple pickup. They stole it at the scrum, one pass, and it was just going around the outside. Curacao had stacked everybody up on this near side, presuming they were going to get the ball.
Don't know if I'm seeing that shirt number correctly. It looked like a 17, but I'm not seeing that here. She just blazed up the wing there.
So fast you couldn't see the number.
Making it look super easy.
Yeah, I think. So that you
Tiana with the kick.
So you went over into the Players Village. Was that yesterday or was that this morning? You were interviewing some of the players. What's it like in the Players Village? What's the deal over there over by the house?
Players Village is really nice. You can see the different dynamics of the team. Teams prepare themselves in different ways. Some will be calm, cool, collected. Sometimes, you just want to get in your headphones, listen to that music that's going to pump you up. Oh, step there from Kina, pushing so hard.
She's strong. But there comes the counter ruck from Jamaica. There's a bobble forward maybe coming out of that.
It was knocked forward, so it's going to go back to Curacao.
And that's what Curacao want. Curacao want those scrums. They look confident on the scrum.
Then you have teams that are hyped, teams that are dancing.
Yeah. Some interesting warm-up routines. It's usually just crank the music and dance around for 5 minutes instead of the more traditional.
But we play rugby because we love it. So it's whatever gets you in the frame of mind. Sometimes you need your fight music. Sometimes you need that unity with your team. Great
That's a
scrum
much
there.
that's a much better scrum from Curacao.
Looking very confident there.
So, instructions from the coach on the Curacao coach on the sideline. Gabriella, he tells her, let's when you get your opportunity, give it a good.
So Rob Perry, he's the coach for Curacao, and he's been doing a lot of work in the schools. He also coaches the men. Also a player. I don't know if he's getting a chance to play as much with all this coaching. Tamara Van Leeuwen is the president of the Curacao Rugby Federation.
Has he gone into retirement in old age? Is that what it is?
Well, I don't think old age is a reason for retirement, Gavin, so if it's going to be your excuse, don't make it anyone else's.
I'll stick with it. At 40 and it's all falling to pieces, I need to retire. It's much easier sitting down here
Right.
in the sunshine.
You see Laksha's moved quickly on that line out. The referees called it back there.
Did I miss a Jamaica yellow card? Yes, I think I did.
But you see, lesson learned immediately. Curacao busted it and made sure to get to that line out. They weren't letting another quick one come out.
Yeah, I totally missed it because I was doing the blah blah blah. But Jamaica got a yellow.
Making excuses for
yeah,
not playing.
yeah, making excuses for being old. But yeah, there's a yellow card over here. So Jamaica are one
All right,
person
beautiful
down.
take by Jana. Lots of power there. They can keep the control. Ball's out to Kina. She's using the line. Esme, Crystal. Lots of speed on the wing there.
Good covering tackle. Good communication from Jamaica's defense.
Jamaica read the play and defended very well. Oh, excellent hands, Laksha. That little bubble there.
Yeah, running a great line, but just couldn't keep a hold of it.
They're going to keep going that direction.
Be nice to see them work around that corner one more time because I think they can make some progress. But they've come back this way.
Ball's gone back.
She landed awkward there. Hopefully she gets up from that. Yeah, it bounced up. Tough as nails. That one in the bright green hair.
One of the youngest players on the team. She also plays football. She has a good kick.
She was trying to get my shirt from me yesterday. She liked the Tampa Crew.
Yeah, you're going to have to
Pride
get
shirt.
it tailored for her.
But I was not giving it up.
All right, again, so you see Curacao hurrying to get to that line. It's going to be their line out.
Yeah, they look to kick to the line out for them. I guess it's they feel confident about those two skills. They've got that good kick. They've got the line out down pat.
Jamaica setting up to defend.
And it's not far out. They're about maybe 10 yards out from the Jamaica try line. They want to get on this scoreboard. There's still plenty of time in this game. Maybe not to win it, but definitely get some pride back into it. That line out throw wasn't the best. And the yellow card from Jamaica is back on the field.
So not straight with the line out. See if Jamaica takes a scrum. It looks like they're going to take there. So Curacao will be looking to steal this. That white line fever you're talking about.
It's a thing. It's a real thing.
It's about to come into play. They're very close. Curaçao's had a number of goals for themselves over the past year. They've been checking a lot of boxes, getting a lot of work done and seeing the results. They're close to checking another box right now. Jamaica's line looks ready. They want to do some running.
Curacao going to look to give him a bit of a bump and push him off the ball to get possession. Squirts out the side. And they've managed to...
Jamaica's actually kicked there. They know they've got the speed to chase that kick.
Ugly couple of bounces, but pops up nicely in the end. And pushing, sprinting, crosses the 22. She's going for the sticks. There's nobody going to catch her from that distance. She had loads of space.
Sinead Gordon, number 5. She's got lots of speed. She knew if she just had an open window, she was flying through it.
Lots of confidence. Big kick from inside the 22 from Sinead. Jamaica, number 4, who's now going to take the drop kick. Plays a lot of football back in Jamaica as well, and netball. Very multi-talented athlete.
Jamaica had
And
field and then running the whole field again.
Yep. They got lungs, that's for sure. And she had no problem going that distance. Starting way back on her 5-yard line to chase that ball down, picked it up at the halfway and went galloping off on the polo field. Imagine that.
Number 11, Gabrielle Davidson. I think that's the number I wasn't seeing before. She's been putting points on the board today for Jamaica. I always find 11's a number to look out for. 11 score a lot of points.
Yeah?
Yeah, they do. It's my favorite number.
Is that like a scientific thing, or is it just type purely?
It seems like a coincidence. It may be science, Gavin. I'll let you know.
Get some research done on that one.
Rockthoko was an 11.
True enough.
I think that's where it started for me. So Curacao going to receive. Again, they're going to look to just maintain possession of this ball. Slow down the game and push forward.
Shanique Smith is going to be kicking off for, I believe, the last time for this game. Injured player on the far side going off Curacao to the cheers of the crowd. She's up and walking, ambulatory.
Looks like, I'm not sure if I can see that far. Can't see the number.
And she can kick that last and deep. And does it stay in? It doesn't quite pop up nicely for her this time.
Wasn't quite collected.
Became a
Knocked
knock-on.
forward. It's going to be a scrum.
To Curacao. This would be the last play of the game, though, right? No buzzer in this competition.
Yeah, it's difficult when you're on the field and you're not sure how long you've played for. Again, if you haven't played 10s before, it's a new time frame. 10 minutes is a different amount of time. No 1 minute hooter.
Not so complicated as or complex as the 7s last week in Cayman Islands. They had a really great setup there in their national stadium.
Absolutely.
Different setting here. Adapted polo fields. Beautiful location though. I'm not complaining one bit.
The breeze is cool today. Not sure they can feel it the same as we do on the pitch.
And Shanique Smith looks fresh-legged, doesn't she?
Looking for space, but Curacao
She's
is
going to do it
defending.
all on her own. And she steps inside for about the 4th time in a row. Referee's not allowing that. Yes, he is allowing it.
Yep,
Sorry.
that's a try.
But Shanique Smith obviously came on late in the game, but she's a talent. Genuinely the all-round athlete. She can kick, she can pass, she's got speed for days, and she'll work.
4.
That's my youngest son Kai's favourite player, Shanique Smith, for obvious reasons. And that's the game.
That's the game,
Jamaica
man.
convincingly winning 36-0 over Curacao. Well, Curacao quite happy
Curaçao's a team, you'll
They're
see them
enjoying
and you're
themselves.
sure that they've always won every match that they play.
in their heads. They've won.
Very admirable.
They're happy. They're enjoying themselves. They're getting out here and learning the game.
This actually is the least points difference in any of their games. So this has been their, points-wise, the best game that they've played. So they're happy to see that they're steadily improving.
Yeah, they're pretty stoked about that. Looks like a great group of people, very positive.
Perception is important. If you walked in right now,
Exactly.
it'd be difficult to tell the results of the game.
Yep.
But Jamaica, again, worked very hard.
So we're going to go to a bit of a break now. We're going to go to a bit of a break now, I believe.
Next game, 1 o'clock.
Yep. 1 p.m. So we'll go to a bit of a break. We'll be back very shortly. Thanks very much for watching this morning. And we're going to get all of these results in. And the next round's underway at 1 p.m. Be right back.
No matter what life brings, we are here by your side. At those unforgettable moments, and the difficult ones too. At special times, and the best of times. Supporting industry, manufacturing, and the economy. Protecting and enhancing our communities. Adding colorful memories of the people you care about most.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to coverage of the 2019 Rugby America's North Men's Under-19 Women's 10s Rugby Tournament, live from Bellevue Plantation Polo Fields in Barbados. My name is Brian Kelly, joined by TNT international superstar Maria Thomas. Maria, we've got a great day so far here, and coming up after a short break is TNT once again.
That's right, so I'm excited to see the women from Trinidad and Tobago playing again. They're facing off with Barbados. Actually, one of the things that's very interesting is that Barbados has a tournament in December, so a lot of these players are accustomed to playing in Barbados from Trinidad and Tobago. Not necessarily as the Trinidad and Tobago national rugby team, but as the police rugby team. So a number of these players play for police, and police is a staple in the Barbados World Sevens in December.
Well, we're about 4 minutes away from kicking this match off. Let's send it back to the highlights from the first 4 quarterfinals here today.
Looking for space, but Curacao
She's
is
going to do it
defending.
all on her own. And she steps inside for about the 4th time in a row.
We are 4 games in.
Polo Fields. Beautiful location though. I'm not complaining one bit.
The breeze is cool today.
How many club teams per island there are, and if it makes an effect on the quality of the rugby. But there's a try for Jamaica. Very direct route one. Work. She spots a gap, she's gone. She steps another one. She's only got one to be chasing her down. That's a good chase as well. Now she's isolated. She gets
Taking a bit of pressure off. Jamaica takes the line out quickly.
Wow, great work through the middle. Jamaica just bashed.
We've got 2 pitches here, plenty of space to set up the tents. Great way for teams to network, get to know each other.
Jamaica have come away with it in a really simple try getting running. It was a simple pickup. They stole it at the scrum, one pass, and it was just going around the outside. Curacao had stacked everybody up on this near side, presuming they were going to get that ball. Polo Fields. Beautiful location though. I'm not complaining one bit.
The breeze is cool today. Not sure they can feel it the same as we do on the pitch.
And Shanique Smith looks fresh-legged, doesn't she?
Looking for space, but Curacao
She's
is
going to do it
defending.
all on her own. And she steps inside for about the 4th time in a row. Referee's not allowing that.
No matter what life brings, we are here by your side. At those unforgettable moments, and the difficult ones too. At special times, and the best of times. Supporting industry.
And we are set to get underway. That's TNT kicking off on that far right-hand side, just bouncing inside the touchline. The flag goes up. Brian Kelly beside Maria Thomas. Happy to be bringing you coverage here of the first plate semi-final. You know, we're in day 2. This is the 5th game in 2 days, Maria. Talk to me about what that's like as an athlete.
It's definitely difficult as an athlete. When you know you're coming to a tournament like this, you prepare for it. But the sun is beautiful and wonderful for the beach. Does not feel as good when you're running on the pitch. So the women here have been staying hydrated. They've been trying to stay out of the sun as much as possible. Warm-ups are very intense to get warmed up, but short, so that they're not tiring themselves out and overexerting themselves when they have this much game time.
Well, big shove there from the TNT forward pack, but knock on is the call. Must have been from the scrum half at the base of the scrum there. So we'll have another shove here. Barbados ball. Of course, we're playing 10s here in the women's competition of Rugby America's North. Lots of open space compared to 15s. If you can use it. Much cleaner ball now for Barbados, spinning it through the midfield. Oh, that ball is spilled forward, so some early jitters here from these two sides.
You've just come off the break. I don't know if the players have eaten lunch. Sometimes it's kind of hard to manage your eating when you have to play right afterwards. The referees have been doing a really good job of making sure that everything is safe in the scrum. They've been going around to the teams, talking to them about what they're looking for, especially in the set plays. It helps, especially with newer players, to know exactly what the referee is looking for so that they can be doing the correct thing.
Absolutely, and as much as this is a development tool for the athletes, it's also a development pathway for the match officials. Oh, that was an excellent ball on the outside, but just a bit forward. That was into the hands of...
That was Danny Phillip that brought up that ball. Danielle Phillips.
And Sankara Price was the one who got her hands on it, but it was just a bit forward. She would have been off to the races early on here in this game.
It's also a little bit windy, so that's affecting some of the passing and definitely the lineouts.
But I don't think you'll hear a single complaint from anyone on the field right now about that wind. As you said, it is warm here today.
I'm sure they'd like more of it.
Over the halfway line now, TNT ball.
That was carried up by number 2, Felina Jack.
Good tackle there at the breakdown.
Angel Jorsling carrying up the ball now. Passed out to Jade Husbands.
Ball going to ground on this near side. So we're going to come back to the earlier penalty
ball
here for TNT. Both teams just trying to get a stranglehold on the possession here. Attacking platform in the midfield now, right on the halfway line. Little fake to one of their strike runners.
Kalisha Harry carrying up the ball.
Well, that was a set play there from
Jawir.
That was a set play there from TNT. They had the one of the bigger forwards run a fake line and go out the back. Managed to gain about 15 meters, but unfortunately, ball not able to go to hand.
Yes, Ornella George is a very experienced player, and opposition is used to putting 2 and 3 people on to stop her, so that dummy was very, very tactical.
Here's ball now for Barbados. Switching back, going on this near side. Got players in support. Good ball on the outside now. Tackle coming in near this touchline.
Good support by Jana.
Great offloading, but can't get a handle on it there. Danielle Phillips, she would have been gone. That was some excellent offloading there from the home side. Excellent shot there of your scrum. Just 5 meters or so inside the touchline. Big tackle there. Throwing the shoulder into contact there is Yara Armitage. Bit of a size difference in that tackle, and Armitage got the better of her opposite number fly half.
Trinidad and Tobago is known for having strong scrums. Barbados is meeting them. They're holding. Barbados is getting very low here.
Referee just gonna pull this one back. Have another opportunity here for Barbados.
Size is an advantage in a scrum, or it can be, but technique and form definitely come into play.
In 10s, you're missing a traditional back row of 15s, so no flankers and no number 8. So everyone has to break away as quickly as possible to rejoin the play.
Women in the Caribbean are playing 10s and 7s, so for them it's actually 2 players more. So they're getting used to having that and not being as free as they're accustomed to being.
Not able to keep this one up clean. The two teams talking to each other. TNT having a little hug to calm down a bit off the back. Sometimes you just need a teammate to put their arm around you.
That's
right.
right.
You know everything's going to be okay.
Rugby, you get the full range of emotions. We don't hold anything back.
Good talk there from the referee.
Ball's out.
Sloppy
Number
off the
11.
back, but it's been
Quick getting there.
cleaned up there by Barbados.
Amartya Jawier, she also played with the Trinidad and Tobago All-Stars who were on tour in Barbados as well, which was a school team.
Couple of good phases here from Barbados, but they are going backwards. And that ball has been picked up by TNT, but it's been spilled forward. So these two teams just ping-ponging possession here in this first half.
Ornella George really wanted to run with that ball. She was seeing those posts, but we'll see what comes out of this scrum. It's great to see the Caribbean nations. We've been doing a lot of development, referees, officials. So we have our referee from St. Lucia. So you have Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, and St. Lucia represented on the field.
Fantastic. You've got a Mexican assistant referee on this near side. And
That's right.
can't quite see who's on the far side. The beauty of this tournament, bringing in nations from all over North America and the Caribbean. Here's Barbados now on the attack. Armitage finding her player in support on that far side. Ball movement now, trying to find it. Their speed on the outside. That's a high tackle from TNT. Referee missing that one. Well, as I mentioned earlier in the first game that I did, that any tackle has to be below the shoulders. Anything above neck or on the head is an automatic penalty, if not a card.
The player down actually was in the ruck. It's not the player who was tackled initially.
Yeah, it can get dangerous, and it was good on World Rugby, making sure that player safety is of paramount importance. Number one thing is making sure the tackle is safe for both the ball carrier and the tackler, and unfortunately that one got up just a little bit too high, and this player is needing a bit of medical attention. Hopefully she is okay.
One of the things we've seen here in this tournament is that the medical personnel have been working hard.
Catching a replay here, and that's just getting up a bit too high there. Jade Husbands, unfortunately, not able to get down low enough in that tackle. The player seems to be up and
getting upright.
Seems to be okay.
It's one of the things. Rugby is not for the faint-hearted. That's quotation from Kalisha Harry.
No So good on her for getting up.
Number 4.
Jessica Darrell.
See, there's a size discrepancy between some of these players, but you see everyone giving it their all.
So the time on our broadcast here kept running for the last minute or so. I think we're probably getting pretty close to the last play of the first half. TNT down 1 player in the sin bin, so it's 3 minutes where TNT will be down 1, and a big hit in the midfield. Good leg drive there. That's superb stuff there from Barbados, trying to score the first try of this game just nearing halftime. Electing to go for tap.
Daniel Phillips sending it out to the wing, getting a hard run there.
Big shove, done well there
That's
by
Shanae who ran that up.
But the knock-on is called, so some exciting play at the end of the first half here from Barbados. The referee not blowing this one down, so it looks like we'll have time for one more play.
Start with another scrum. I bet everybody's overjoyed about that.
Exactly.
Everyone out there is thinking about how do they make the most of these last seconds of the game.
Good set piece there from TNT. Up into contact now. That's Husbands. Trying to get around the outside there.
Aniqua Gordon running that ball.
But a good tackle from Barbados just inside the touch line. Flag staying down. The referee's calling a knock on against TNT. So that's halftime there. Pretty close contest between these two sides. 0-0 is the score.
It's always interesting to hear the halftime talk, especially in a game that's tied. It's like starting the game fresh from the beginning again, except that you have the experience of the first half. So thinking about things you did well, thinking about things that maybe you didn't do so well that you want to improve on. But it's really important at this junction that the teams are kept upbeat, happy, and ready to go out there and play again.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. Stay tuned to the second half here. Barbados and Tobago 0-0.
No matter what life brings, we are here by your side. At those unforgettable moments, and the difficult ones too. At special times, and the best of times. Supporting industry, manufacturing, and the economy. Protecting and enhancing our communities, adding colorful memories of the people you care about most.
Coverage of the Rugby America's North men's under-19 and women's 10s live from Bellevue Plantation Polo Fields in Barbados, brought to you with the compliments of Harris Paints, Marshall Trading, IFW, Island Ice, McBride's, ASK, Banks Life Nice, Innotech Equipment, and Sunshine Snacks. This is the first of two plate semifinals. Winner of this will play for the plate, which is 5th place in this competition. Coming up after this, you'll have the other plate semifinal, which is Dominican Republic against Curacao. And then after that, you have the two championship semifinals, USA South taking on Mexico, and then St. Lucia against Jamaica. Brian Kelly alongside Maria Thomas. Both these teams struggling to get any points on the board, but plenty of intensity so far.
Loads of intensity. These teams are playing with lots of fire. They're out here. They've worked hard to be here.
Sloppy offload on this near side. Need forward there from the TNT player, gathering it up with possession.
Jade Husbands work hard to make sure they maintain possession.
TNT, of course, playing with only 9 players on the field. One still in the sin bin from that high tackle at the end of the first half. Kick option, spiral just over halfway. Offside penalty against Barbados is the call. TNT back now to 10 players with a sin bin entering the field, just on your screen there.
Returning to the pitch.
Well, I think it was a case of mistaken identity. I think the hit was actually Jade Husbands. It was the wrong yellow card.
Taking it up the wing.
And a big size difference here on this near side, smashing her way forward.
It's hard to put her down once she gets going.
Now it's Barbados' turn to be playing with 1 player down. Off your screen now on the other side of halfway, one of the Barbados players getting some medical attention. So TNT back now to full strength. Got the momentum in their favor. Putting the ball under the arm, going straight ahead there. Felina Jack. TNT is pressing, looking for the first points. They've got an overlap on this far side if they can use it. Little show and go. Up through the middle now. Picks it up and goes herself. That's Angel Jorsling. High tackle is the call. Jorsling goes herself. Will she get this down? She's just a meter shy.
Barbados was attempting to hold her up there. Let's see what the referees call.
Well, referee saying another high tackle. Angel Jorsing just so difficult to bring down. She plays for the TNT Police Rugby Club. 27 years old. Quick tackle. Can they get it over the line? Good tackling there from Barbados. But they're deep inside their own half now. Ball on the outside. This could be try time in the corner. And it is.
That's touchdown by Daniqua Gordon. This is her debut tournament.
Well, first international tournament representing her country, and she's scoring in the left corner. Exciting stuff here from TNT.
Yeah. Defender. No. Kicking corner. See? Right?
Good height on that conversion attempt, but not quite the distance. 5-0 is the scoreline now for Trinidad and Tobago. Just under 4 minutes played in the second half. As we catch a glimpse of this replay, this was exciting stuff here from just near the line. They know they had the 3-2 overlap on that far side, just through the hands. Draw the defender past that simple rugby. Quick bobble, but she managed to get it down.
She wasn't letting go of that ball.
Good take there from Barbados. Off the restart. Into contact. Janice Thorne, but it's been stolen now by Trinidad and Tobago. Back pressing again. That ball is spilled. It looks to have been knocked on by Trinidad. Barbados ball. This is, of course, day 3 of the week coverage. We had the men's under 19 competition on Thursday, a combined day, dual fields yesterday, both men's under 19 and women's 10s, and of course the men taking a day off today and